This contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the #1 contendership for the LAW Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at 215 pounds, he is the master of the YTO, Tony Gunn. His opponent weighs in at 230 pounds. He is the trendsetter, John Michael. Tavian Hart calling for the bell. Quick reminder that hamburgers and hot dogs at the concession stand half price till the end of the event here tonight in Dyersburg. Hamburgers and hot dogs half price at the concession stand.
There they are, shaking hands, being sportsmen about this.
Well, I'll tell you right now, this is a situation. Trendsetter's been out of the ring for well over 2 months, almost 3 months, and working in the corner here with Tony Gunn. You got to wonder about the knee. That left knee is in a brace, now, and if I were Tony Gunn, I'd be exploiting it right away. Go right after it because it sets up for the YTO. Locking things up, Tony Gunn and the trendsetter John Michael. Locking in the corner.
Michael into that corner.
Tavian Hart going to get a clean break here. Tony Gunn and the trendsetter have done things with class here. Tony Gunn will always be somebody who has respect to the fans and will go about things the right way in a classy manner. The trendsetter John Michael came down to the ring, cleaned house a week ago on the new Click, who are auspiciously not here. I wonder if that's because they got word that the trendsetter is in the building here tonight. Go behind here with Tony Gunn, and now there's the twist by the trendsetter. If you go with any kind of a strength advantage, it is going to go to the trendsetter with the height. But if you go with submission maneuvers, Tony Gunn, very good. Again, he slaps that YTO on you. It's all over.
Reverses that full-arm dragon twist, and now the trendsetter reverses it.
Another advantage that I have brought up before by Tony Gunn is that he has been in the main event before. He has been in those pressure situations for the LAW Heavyweight Championship. Not too long ago, Tony Gunn faced off against Derek King for the LAW title. Trendsetter has not been in that situation before here in Lethal Attitude Wrestling. And it should be interesting to see if Trendsetter can maybe pull off what I would consider to be an upset on Tony Gunn.
But Tony Gunn lost to Derek King, didn't he?
I think both of these guys are very capable of being able to represent Lethal Attitude Wrestling as its heavyweight champions. We have a hip toss here by the Trendsetter. Nice arm drag brings him over. Holding onto the arm, and so far, no real signs of knee trouble here from the Trendsetter John Michael. Could be interesting to see as this match wears on, though, especially if Tony Gunn does decide to go after it. And if he gets an opportunity, I recommend he does.
You're trying to get him to take John Michael's knee out again.
Well, I think you got to go. Wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't that be part of your strategy? Face buster here by Trendsetter. We have a win here for the Trendsetter. No, a 2 count off the grapevine. And now Trendsetter holding on here to the arm and the shoulder. Tony Gunn at that horizontal base. Good strategy by the Trendsetter, because with a horizontal base, Tony Gunn can't put that YTO on you. Now working up to the vertical. Tony Gunn and the Trendsetter John Michael. #1 contenders match for the LAW heavyweight title. Nice shoulder tackle by Tony Gunn. Setting into the ropes. Leapfrog by John Michael. Another leapfrog. That could put and right there. And coming up, and sitting right here.
What are you doing out here, Derek King?
Well, I know, like, if one of these guys win, you know, they've got to wrestle me, so I'm just out here kind of.
Oh, so you're looking at who's going to take that belt from you.
I don't think that's going to happen, but go ahead. 2 good competitors, but I don't think they can beat Derek King.
You got Trendsetter on the outside, and this is something I brought up before with the knee. Is it 100%? It doesn't look like it is.
I don't know. You know, it's hard to say. Guys like that come back from knee injury, you know, you don't know if they're ever going to 100% be ready to wrestle again. Flip
over again. And Trendsetter grabbing a hold of the knee, and Tony Gunn going right after it.
Drop kicks John Michael right in that knee.
And I tell you, I called it here. I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but Tony Gunn needs to go right after that knee to put the YTO on.
Very, very smart by Tony Gunn. And of course, Joe, I guess I'm cutting you off here, but that is very smart by Tony Gunn because that's exactly what I would be going after.
And it takes away that big boot from the trendsetter. If the trendsetter hits Tony Gunn in the face with that foot, it's over with.
Good point, Just Joe. The head over heels by the trendsetter John Michael. He hits that on you. It's all said and done. And trendsetter will be the new #1 contender. But here, Tony Gunn with the upper hand. He'll head to the second rope. Tavian Hart making the count here. What will Tony Gunn do here? And goes to the elbow. Oh, right on the knee. Wrenching it here with the impact from that elbow.
You know, Tony, like I said, I have to say this is a very smart man, Tony Gunn is, to, be going right after me because, like Joe said, if he can't kick you, he can't beat you.
Absolutely. Derek King, the LAW heavyweight champion, joining us here at ringside here for this matchup for the #1 contendership for the LAW heavyweight title. Derek kind of taking a page out of Picture Perfect's book as they were doing some scouting earlier here.
And a leg whip, and he takes the trendsetter down.
And Grapevine, and using that bad knee to hold on to, that's got to make things difficult for trendsetter to kick out of.
You're talking about Picture Perfect earlier. It looked like it worked to their advantage because they came out here and scouted. So, I mean, whoever the winner of this match may be will be wrestling Derek King. So, I'm looking forward to stepping in the ring with both of the guys.
Got that half Boston Crab on the trendsetter.
Single leg crab by Tony Gunn. I'm kind of surprised he didn't set up the YTO as trendsetter's on that bottom rope. Tony Gunn's going to have to break it here. And bringing trendsetter to the center of the ring. Will we see the YTO again? No. Maybe that single leg crab coming up here. Tony Gunn trying to bring trendsetter over. Trendsetter trying to break it. He went after the knee of Tony Gunn.
Put a boot to that knee of Tony Gunn.
Not necessarily a chop block, but more of a punch of sorts. And now here comes trendsetter. And you got to wonder what kind of momentum. Oh, there's a chop. And another one. Those slaps clear out to Trenton.
I can tell you one thing. Trendsetter won't be chopping Derek King if he wins this match. Big match.
Nice back body drop by Tony Gunn.
And I believe the trendsetter will chop Derek King if they wrestle.
Joe, I'm surprised. How do you still have your job over here? Wait, we got almost three
counts. 2 count here by Tony Gunn.
But I want to know how you still keep a job over here.
Because I'm good at what I do, Derek King.
He must know somebody in the office. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, shoes on the other foot now, Just Joe. You keep talking about Tony Gunn being in the graces of Derek King and Jeff Odell. And how this match is set up here to that effect. Trendsetter having to grab the knee as he was going for a possible spear or clothesline of Tony Gunn over the top. And now Trendsetter's out on the floor grabbing the knee again. Again, I'm convinced.
But John Steele,
there's
you
no
brought
doubt
up
about
a
it.
good point. Everybody in this building knows Derek King and Tony Gunn are best friends. And that's the reason Tony Gunn's in this match against the trendsetter.
But Tony Gunn, again, has put together a good string of victories. Trendsetter coming back, wanting to get off to a good first start here after returning from over 2 months of being on the shelf. Not a bad idea putting these two together to decide the #1 contendership.
Both these guys are very good competitors, so why wouldn't I do that? I mean, how many times have we seen Jason Reed go after the title? I'm about sick of that.
I believe Jason Reed's going to be the man to take that belt from you, Derek King.
Maybe a debatable point, although you two have had some great matchups in the past. Shoulders were down by the trendsetter. Tavian Hart wisely making the right call here and having to make the count. And how about this? That leg is not meant to go in that direction. So we have a 2 count again. As trendsetter's shoulders were down, you put those both of those shoulders down, Tavian has to make that count.
And he, like you said, the human leg's not meant to bend the way that Tony Gunn was bending John Michaels. Working on that knee.
You're right. He definitely needs to work on the knee. I have you know those knee braces are very, very expensive. I mean, if Tony can get that off, I got to say it's all over for John Michaels.
Well, to speak to somebody with firsthand experience, Just Joe, you've had some knee problems in the past as well. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Oh, it's terrible trying to walk after knee surgery, let alone getting there and wrestle.
And here we got a situation again, wrenching that knee over the middle rope. Tavian Hart putting the count in on Tony Gunn.
I gotta say I like this because Tony's more aggressive than John Michael. I mean Trendsetter is fighting back, but the more aggressive Tony Gunn, it makes more sense. This is for the after all the #1 contendership.
Well, that aggressive is right hand,
forearm,
flying forearm on Tony Gunn. And this may be all here if Trendsetter can collect himself. And again, that aggressiveness you were talking about, champ, here with Tony Gunn is because of the fact that he's been there before. He's wrestled for the LAW heavyweight title before. Swing and a miss by Tony, and now Trendsetter going out with the right hands.
Well, you know, I got to say, what a tremendous match. Whoever I end up wrestling is going to be, you know, my work's cut out for him, I can tell you that.
Clothesline by Trendsetter, now a lateral press down to the grapevine. Hooking a leg, gets a 2. Trendsetter John Michael trying to get to that number 1 contender's position. Have an opportunity at the LAW heavyweight
Beautiful
title.
spine buster.
Nice spine buster. As we were, you know, he's just turned 21. The Trendsetter has, and yeah, maybe a birthday wish possibly coming true if he can get a win tonight. You know, I don't think we've had, looking back at the records, Just Joe, do you know of anybody who has held the LAW heavyweight title at that age, at the age of 21?
I sure don't, because we both know Derek's a lot older than 21.
Wait a minute, YTO coming up here. He spins him over. This is going to be it. He's going to spin him over. He's got him over. He's got the YTO on John Michael. The YTO on John Michael by Tony Gunn. Tony Gunn.
John Michael making his way to that bottom rope.
And I don't think he's got all of the legs there. Spinning him back, bringing him back to the middle of the ring. This may be it here. Trendsetter about to tap out.
No, he's not getting.
Trendsetter may tap out here.
Tap out or pass out.
Can you imagine the pain on the knee? Trendsetter, we know he hasn't come back at 100% with that knee. And Trendsetter trying to fight back, trying to power out, trying to get to the bottom rope.
And he does.
He finally got there. And Tony Gunn thinks he's won it.
He better turn around because he hadn't won the match.
This one ain't over by a long shot. Trendsetter grabbing that knee brace is almost off. Right hands by John Michael on Tony Gunn. Heading into the corner here. And, oh,
big splash.
Big splash by Trendsetter. Setting up for it again. Will we get another? Yes! Full force of the body and a big spear.
He goes for cover.
2 and no.
This match has got me, well, I'm not in a chair, but it's got me literally on my toes. Who will win this match?
I don't know. Great effort by Trendsetter John Michael here again. We've brought it up over and over again. That knee is not at 100%. Half that brace is off, and that's rubbing against him the wrong way, I'm sure, making it very difficult for him to even walk.
Says he's going up top.
I have to say, this is very uncharacteristic by John Michael. I've never seen him really go to the top.
Trendsetter to the top rope. Oh, Tony's ready for it. He's ready to flip him over, and does.
Overhead suplex by Tony Gunn.
And wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is it? Commish?
Jason Reed coming out to observe the match.
He better not get involved in this.
He's not going to get involved. He's just out here to watch, Derek King.
I really doubt that. What? Oh! Trendsetter just took the bullet that was meant for Tony Gunn. And a right hand by Tony, and here comes the commish. The commish.
Derek King confronts Superman Jason Reed.
Giving Superman what for here. Trying to get him sent to the back area as Trendsetter took the powder that was meant for Tony Gunn. The continued vendetta by Jason Reed against Tony Gunn. And what's this? Poker face. Poker face is out. He wished him luck, but he's going to get, he's going to get a ghetto blaster.
Right in the back of the head.
You're kidding me. A ghetto blaster by Poker Face.
John Michael looking crazy.
Oh, head over heels. The head over heels by the Trendsetter. And out goes Poker Face. But is the damage already done? What does Trendsetter do? If he covers him, he's the number 1 contender. But in what means? He's going to go ahead and do it here. Holding on with a lateral press. 2. No. Tony Gunn just barely out of there. He is just ghetto blasted Tony.
No, he didn't. He didn't touch Tony Gunn.
You saw it. Here we go. Trendsetter's setting it up here. If he hits this, it's all over. Here it comes. He missed the head over heels. Swinging a miss. Bring him over. Tony Gunn. He almost had the cover, and now a roll up here. Schoolboy, 3.
And a 3 count. There's your number 1 contender, Derek King.